All right, we're coming into part 4 of how to update a post for SEO and to make it Googleable. Googleable. Okay, we are working on the post treating blood clots, which was originally called how to prevent and dissolve blood clots, I think. Oh yeah, we're not to that part yet, but we'll be fixing this also. Just some things you'll note here. In this first paragraph, the opening paragraph, that first 150 words is what Google reads to find out what this article is about. So we want to write that in such a way that it is clear to Google. And we also want to include a link back to the page that is above this in hierarchy. For example, treating blood clots is an article that we will find in Heart Health right over here. Okay, so we want to link back to the next category up, or to the main category of this topic in the hierarchy. We'll get into that, but that's just a note there. Okay, we have gone through, we have looked at our H2 tags and tried to do them in such a way that Google reads them and knows we know what's up. We left the benefits of breakfast section because I may end up pulling that out and making it another post. I did change this one to blood clot prevention diet, which didn't have a lot of searches, but it did have really good numbers otherwise. I mean, and when I say not a lot of searches, I mean under 100. But the thing is, as I get this post back out into the stream of things, I'll use that phrase, and we'll see if we can get it to catch on a bit. Okay, so at this point, we are going to just look at the SEO, still with the word is not at the beginning. Now I'm going to talk to you about SEO. Okay. We have set our focus keyword as blood clots. That is our focus keyword. Our long tail keyword is treating blood clots. So there are people Googling blood clots, and there are people Googling treating blood clots. Now then, you can see here, this shows what it looks like in Google when someone Googles in, okay? So you can see here, this part of text is what we have written right down here in meta description. We want that meta description, and it needs to be 156 characters or less. We want that meta description to make it as plain as day what this article is about and what your reader will gain, because this is your option to catch them right here. Catch them or not. That's why, even though this is a good keyword title, we want to maybe, as another layer of improving the post, we may want to flower this up later. So, this is where we are right now. We have one image, I think, in the post. Yes, we have one image in the post. I remember doing this. I did it in a hurry. I did it before I knew as much as I know now about images, so that we're going to come back and get that. I'm going to view the post so that we can kind of take a look at how it all lays out. And again, you know, we want these headings to indicate what we're talking about with the blood clots. You know, we want to kind of walk them through the article. You'll remember in the last video, I moved around some of the diet food stuff, moved some of this up together. I'm still going to do some shuffling of the actual article itself, just to make it more, just to keep it more in line and get it in a proper flow and make it more cohesive and easy to read. Okay, so now a second thing that I like to look at when I'm going back to improve a post. We know we're going to come back and do the images. I know I'm going to come back and read all this, which I won't make you sit there while I read it. I'll go do that part and then come back with it refreshed. But we want to look for additional affiliate links. We want to make sure that any anything we have mentioned here that could possibly be an affiliate link, like this links out to black mushrooms on Amazon. This links out to Welch's grape juice on Amazon. Is everybody going to click that link and buy their Welch's grape juice on Amazon? Absolutely not. And if you think they are, you are in fact bonkers. But some people will. You know, I am located in the Midwest. There aren't a lot of people who go on here and probably grocery shop on Amazon. But you know what? In cities, and now they're delivering things with drones, and you know what? Jane, get me off of this crazy thing. There are some people who will at some point buy black mushrooms off of there, or Welch's grape juice. Now, fish oil, the herbs and the vitamins and the supplements and things like that, we have a really strong purchase click-through rate on these links. Some of those result in sales and some of those don't. And again, this is to each his own, but again, if you put good out, you get good back. We are very careful not to link to things that we have not looked at and that we're not familiar with, and that we don't, if we endorse it, we really do endorse it. We have had some people to ask us to, we've got a skincare video that we haven't uploaded because the guy sent us the product and asked us to try it. And, we weren't really sure where we were on the result. We videoed the whole thing, and that'll be here at some point on the site, but we are very careful to not promote anything that we wouldn't promote to our very best friend. This book, this is an Amazon affiliate link, and that will take you to the book. And then also I've linked to it here in the text. So those are two options for a person to click out and look at that book and purchase it if they want. And when they get there, they'll find options such as ebook and hardbound book and soft book and yada blah. Okay, so another thing I like to look at is, and I can't remember who turned me on to this, I will find that out, SEO Quake. I click on the little Dewey up there and diagnose, and this tells me my URL is not good. And then it will give me advice on what to do. Now, with this, anytime I see solution is difficult at this current time, I kind of bop it off to the side because I don't have time to solve difficult things right now. And I will have to go in and, set up can't even recall it. We'll get to that. When I do this, I'll show you. But, again, we're self-taught. We're learning this as we go. The amount of information I have learned in the last, even the last 6 or 8 months is just mind-boggling to me. Our title is good. We've got a green check mark. Our meta description is good. Our meta keywords are good. Our headings, again, Google wants this to read like in order of hierarchy. And it says we look good. Images. Honestly, I happen to know that this is getting a yellow light because I have some images on the actual homepage of the website. But I will go back and double check the images when we go through and do the images. I will explain this alt attributes are empty or missing and whatnot. The text to HTML ratio. I am still understanding a lot about this. It's at 18.87%, and it says it's somewhere between 15 and 50. We suggest adding more text. Well, eventually this will line itself out, or I'll come back and line it out. But again, right now I'm looking for quick things that I can go through and do to improve the immediate results on this article. Okay, so at this point we have done everything except for the images and actually reading the post and trying to make it more readable and more easily chewable. We are going to look at some hashtags for sharing this article. So I usually go to tweet reach, and obviously I'm going to just start with something simple, blood clot, hashtag blood clot. We will have an entirely different lesson on hashtags, and I will, I've got some lessons I've started, and I'll make a link for those in Nucleus of My Noggin. But it's very important that you do the hashtags correctly, but if you do them correctly, you are so getting directly in front of the reader who wants to read what you have. So it is really, really important. And I would say if there were one thing, if I were to name one thing that we have done, it has been working with the hashtags. Okay, on tweet reach, after I have searched hashtag blood clot, all one word, I see that that hashtag, when shared on Twitter, reaches 61,000 some odd accounts. Okay? I can then go down here and see the activity. 50 tweets from 46 contributors over a course of 9 days. I can see that it was hitting a little higher up here on July 13th than it is when we get down here. Look at that. What was up that day? That was crazy. Okay. These are the top contributors. These are the most retweeted tweets containing that hashtag. Here's a list of the contributors. And here is the timeline of the tweets with that hashtag. So I come in and I roughly get the number. And I'm like, okay, hashtag blood clot for sure. So now I'm going to go schedule this and get it into traffic. I'm using Hootsuite. We will study that later. I should be writing down all these things that I say we're going to study later. But I'm going to do my little Hootlet. You can Google to get Hootsuite and find out how to have a Hootlet. And I will also get an affiliate link on here as soon as I can. Okay, I'm going to put that hashtag right there. This Hootlet has taken this article and got it all ready to share for me. And you will see that here is where I have all of my properties that I work with so that I can share it to whatever network, whatever Facebook or Twitter I want. Okay. Here we're showing the title. We're showing the meta description, which a lot of times I'll just take that and put it up here. If you're sending it only through Twitter, you will run out of room. However, if you're sending it through Facebook, you will not run out of room. So I've got blood clot. I'm going to hashtag tips because that's a good hashtag word. Blood clots, foods that thin the blood, low on cholesterol. Let's put an and sign there so that's a little shorter. Whoops. Okay, we're getting close on our time. Whoops, I'm just off key here. And we'll do our hashtag for blood clots plural right there. I like to capitalize the words only because I feel it makes it easier to read. And sometimes with this blog, especially, we're working with a baby boomer audience. So if they see that hashtag and they're like, "Woo, that's a pound sign. What's happening?" I want them to see, oh, blood clots. Oh, maybe that's a hashtag. And off they go. And they're learning what they wanted to learn to begin with. But I don't want it to appear confusing. And sometimes I look at hashtags and I'm oblivious to what's happening. Okay, so with blood clots, another good 40,000 accounts reached. So between those two hashtags, we have put ourselves in front of 100,000 accounts that would never have known who Katydid is, would never have known who Love, Home, and Health is. They don't care and don't give a flying fig. They're looking for information on blood clots. Okay? Now then, for the way I do this, which you'll learn more about, I'm going to put my link right about there in the middle of it. We want to get them reading. And then, of course, the link can be anywhere. But if it's back here at the end, then when you go to Twitter, it may cut off. I'm going to cut this video right here because we're about to run out of time. We're going to come back in and continue where we are. Over and out. Flip your tape to side.